Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the GC Informer, GameCast's very own news program. I'm your host for today, Mark, also known as Koistorch. Today I'll be ad-libbing just a little bit to save on editing time. First up, a new Digimon game has been announced for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. Digimon Survive is a visual novel style story and strategy RPG. It's described as a strategy game that changes based on your decisions in and out of battle. So far, the story seems to be typical Digimon fare, with someone being trapped in a digital world and teams up with their friendly beast. Players' direct decisions in and out of combat will evolve the story and gameplay. For example, some of these choices could affect your Digimon's actual evolution route mid-battle. Actual gameplay seems to be a turn-based strategy RPG similar to the Disgaea franchise. You'll move about and battle with your Digimon on a grid-based field. All actions consume energy in battle, and it seems to be a finite resource. It also mentions that you'll be able to expend energy mid-battle to evolve your Digimon, which may also help for survivability in case one of them's surrounded. It sounds interesting, and I'm actually really happy that it's listed for Nintendo Switch and PS4, because usually games like this might be listed for Vita as well as those other consoles, which means that it's developed on Vita tech, which hasn't really worked out that well for ports like Valkyria Revolution. Seeing as it most likely will be developed on Switch or PlayStation 4 hardware and ported down, it'll probably be a better and more refined game. I also really just like the Digimon franchise, and a turn-based strategy RPG sounds pretty neat. Digimon Survive will release in 2019 in Japan for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. And of course, next we have two pieces of Dragon Ball gaming news. First up, Kefla is going to be introduced to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 as a DLC character. Kefla is the fusion between Khalifa and Kale from Dragon Ball Super, and her addition to the Xenoverse 2 roster was revealed in the latest issue of V-Jump. Not much extra information was shared beyond that, not even a release window, but they did list one of her moves, Gigantic Breaker, which seems like an all-or-nothing type of attack, where if it hits it'll deal immense damage, but if it misses, you're gonna get pounded. It's cool to see Xenoverse 2 keep expanding its roster with DLC, and we'll most likely see stuff for the new Broly movie coming out at the end of the year. I would probably prefer they announce Xenoverse 3 sooner rather than later, because there's only so far this game can go. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is now available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and PC. And next we have more Dragon Ball FighterZ news. Base Goku and Base Vegeta will be added as DLC in early August. This all but confirms the leaks earlier in the game that listed Base Goku and Base Vegeta amongst Android 17 and Cooler. So if they get announced next, we know the leak was true, but there's no real point speculating because all of them would have been announced at that point. Anyway, normal Goku and normal Vegeta will be based on the pre-Super Saiyan Frieza arc, which basically means that Vegeta will be his Saiyan Saga version, complete with Gallic Gun. Goku will have access to Kaioken as well as Spirit Bomb. The leak describes Vegeta's Gallic Gun as an aerial move, which is pretty accurate to the Saiyan Saga blast. He'll also have a move called Galaxy Breaker, which emits energy from his entire body. Base Goku will have access to the Kaioken, which will let him perform consecutive attacks with button combinations after activating. When an ally falls in battle, the Kaioken can be increased by 3 times or 20 times depending on how many people have fallen, which effectively makes him the counterpart of Phoenix in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, who got stronger the more people were down. Goku will also have access to the Super Spirit Bomb, which is said to be his most powerful move, but also exceptionally slow. While it may initially seem a bit annoying that we're getting another Goku and another Vegeta, I hope that because they're their earlier counterparts, we'll see a lot more variety in their moves. And I can kind of see why they added them mainly for the dramatic finishes. I'm really hoping that we'll have the intro between Goku and Vegeta where they're sort of standing apart from each other with the Vegeta on the high ground and Goku on the low ground, and that cool iconic pose. And I think it's also safe to assume that we'll also get a Gallic Gun vs Kamehameha dramatic finish, or maybe a Great Ape finisher. I hope that they add a lot more dramatic scenes in this one, like a little simpler ones like Vegeta destroying Nappa, or Goku using the Spirit Bomb against Frieza. There's a lot of potential for these two, and I think it'll be really cool. I'm keen to see the next two DLC characters because if they are Android 17 and cooler, they're very odd characters to add right at the end of a DLC period. Especially when we could have had characters like Ultra Instinct Goku, and possibly even the new Broly thanks to the new movie. Whichever way it goes, I'm keen to see where they take it. And I'm also interested to see what Season 2 will look like next year. Dragon Ball FighterZ is available now for the Xbox One, PC and PS4 and will be coming in September for the Nintendo Switch. And that's all the time we have for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please let me know what you thought of today's news topics in the comments below. Until next time, bye!